Gary, to kick it off, we're talking Nvidia. Their earnings are fantastic. The market says meh. Thing number one, Gary, Nvidia earnings. Tell us why the market didn't respond in a way that maybe everyone might have anticipated.
Well, Rob, for the last 2 years, every time Nvidia is going to announce earnings, Twitter or X gets all excited saying, here it comes, the most important earnings announcement of our lifetime. And it became sort of a running joke, a running meme, except there is some truth to it. Nvidia is now the most valuable public company in the world. It is the largest part of the S&P 500, the largest weighting in the NASDAQ 100, these huge market indexes. And for the last couple of years, that stock alone has been responsible for a huge percentage of the gains that we've seen in these market indexes. And so it started as a joke, but it's really not hyperbole that Nvidia earnings are important to the market. So they came out and they had quarterly revenue of $35.1 billion. That's up 17% from the prior quarter and 94% from the year before. That's incredible growth for one of the world's largest companies. The data center growth was up 112% year over year. And despite all these incredible expectations, NVIDIA still managed to beat expectations. And they put up revenue and earnings that were above where the street was. They gave incredible guidance. And, the CEO, Jensen Huang, said that the age of AI is in full steam. That's clearly true. And there's, good news coming regarding the Hopper GPUs and the new Blackwell chips, and everything seems to be going great. And yet the stock did absolutely nothing. It traded down in the aftermarket, then back up the next day. And basically across that couple of days surrounding this incredible earnings announcement, this great press conference, the stock was flat. It did nothing.
Gary, we're seeing that investors now, they want more than just records. They want acceleration. Obviously, there's increases AI related data center purchases, something for scale. But let's talk about a few of the downsides that you're seeing here and call out in regards to NVIDIA.
So I think the key thing is that the company has a $3.5 trillion valuation. And in fairness, they have put up unbelievable numbers. But the reason the company is trading at, $3.5 trillion, that the market cap, is because people are expecting 100% growth quarters. And that's those expectations are part of the stock price. And so when you have a company that only does 100% growth, but that's what's expected, it's hard to get the stock to go up further. It's an expectations game. The upside here is that these guys they're the best in the fastest growing area of the market, and there are a lot of people who justifiably believe that AI is going to be transformational. But the risk in the stock is pretty severe. That's because there are 4 or 5 companies, the hyperscalers, companies like Facebook or Meta, Google, that are spending tens of billions of dollars a year to buy NVIDIA based infrastructure. And that's really expensive. And as of now, nobody other than NVIDIA really has a business model that would justify a return on the gigantic investment these companies are making. And so imagine a scenario where, if Google or Apple or Microsoft in a year said, you know what, we were excited about AI and we're still going to spend tens of billions of dollars, but we're going to cut our spending on, NVIDIA GPUs by 10%. We'll still spend tens of billions of dollars, but just a 10% cut from 2 or 3 companies. And there goes those 100% growth quarters. And so the risk isn't that these companies can't afford it. The risk is that their customers, that just a few of their customers may decide maybe we should slow this down until we figure out how to make money on it. The final thing on this, and we've talked about this a lot on this program, is those AI-based data centers use enormous amounts of energy. And within the next year, we're going to start seeing individual data centers that use enough energy to power entire cities. And so the question is, where is that power going to come from? Because building energy infrastructure, just getting permitted for it, takes years. And so we could end up with a power shortage. It's one of the reasons why at Deep Knowledge Investing, we're so positive on uranium and nuclear power.
Interesting stuff coming from Nvidia. We'll be sure to stay in tune upon the next earnings for the company.